Okay. Johan,
Yes.
yes, I think we are going to start.
Okay. Okay. I see a few. You don't hear me double because I have different devices open, but it sounds good, eh? I see two people. I see Talia and I see Steven. Is that possible? Yeah, I saw you, Talia. Are there
Okay.
other people still joining through Zoom? Hi, Kaziba.
Yes, we can start. We shall have them online.
Okay. So everyone at this moment is still logging in Zoom?
Yes, we have few that are still finding some challenges, but they're joining us.
Okay. So they will be joining as, do you want me to start already?
Yes, start because I'm projecting also on the big screen, so they'll be able to see
Okay.
what is happening.
Okay, very good. Okay, then we will start. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mr. van de Vijver, and I'm really happy to be teaching you fractions today. We'll try to do it as interactive as possible during this session. So during this lesson, I will ask you sometimes to raise your hands and give me an answer to one of the questions. And you can also use the chat if you want to, right? I have different screens, so I will try to follow it up as good as possible. So at this moment, I only see two people. So Talia and Stephen, I think those are your names. At this moment, you will be the only ones I can reach out to give me an answer. So pay attention, and then we'll see the other ones arriving one by one. Okay. So fractions. Normally, you have seen fractions before, so this is not totally new to you. I am from Belgium and I am studying to become a full-time teacher. And one of the exercises I need to do is to give you this lesson today on fractions. So I live in Belgium and we are famous for two things. We invented the French fries chips. And secondly, we are very good in chocolate. Okay. So what you see here on the screen, and I hope everyone can follow the screen. It's difficult for me to see this. You see all different bars of chocolate. Can you tell me if you see them, Talia? Maybe raise your thumb if you can see the bars of chocolate. Ah, perfect. Very good. Very good. Okay, very good. If you look closely to the bar of chocolate, you see that you can in fact break them in small pieces. Yeah. How many pieces are there per bar of chocolate? If you take the full one.
Sean.
Sean or Talia, how many pieces of chocolate do you see with when you look at the full bar? You can put it in the chat if you want. That's easier. Or you unmute and you tell me.
I think the I
Um,
think seven
how much?
seven
How much? How many do you say, Talia? Maybe put it in the chat. Ah, someone put 12, indeed. So if you have a full bar of chocolate, you have 12 pieces, right? Now, the question that I have for you, because we're going to talk about fractions today, if you look at the bottom one on the right, you see one piece of chocolate. If you would put that in a fraction, what would that be? How many pieces of the 12 do we have here? And you can put it in the chat. If you would write it as a fraction, the bottom on the right, how would you write it? And everyone can put it in the chat. Huh? That's the easiest. And I'll give you a hint. You have like 1 out of 12 possible pieces. You only have 1. So how would you write that down? I'm waiting for an answer. I will give you the first one for free. You would write it down as 1 to 12. Is that clear? I hope it is. And if you want to ask a question, just ask me. Let's go to the second one. Here you have more pieces of chocolate. How would you write that down as a fraction? Not 1 to 12, but how many to 12? And you can write it down 7 to 12. Very good answer from ice sharks, apparently. Okay. Let's go to all the way to the top, the large one. This is a full bar. How would you write that down as a fraction? You can put it in the chat. I don't see anything yet. How would you write the full bar into fractions? Sean, Ice Shark, Stalia, put it in the chat. Yes, you can put it as 1, but you can also put it as, let me see how I remove the chat. Just a second. Voila, removing the chat. And then again, putting it here. Okay, voila. So on the top, you put it as 12 to 12, which is in fact the same as 1. And then let's go to the next one. This one here, this bar. How would you write that down? It's a total of 6 pieces in case you can't see it very clearly. It is indeed a half. Let me see. Yeah. It's 6 pieces of the total of 12. And if you look at the full bar, in fact, you have a half a bar. So 1 to 2. Let's take this one. How would you put that in a fraction? This one. 4 pieces. Yes, Stephen, that is correct as well. Everyone, very good. I see more and more people answering, so that makes me happy. Thank you. And then we have the last one. Let's take this one. This one here. Also different ways to put it into a fraction. Indeed. 3/4, you can also call it 9 to 12 because it's 9 of the 12 pieces that are still there. Okay, so this is a quick refresh on what fractions are. Very close to Belgium, there's another country, and that country is called Italy. And in Italy, people like the national dish of Italy is pizza. So what you see here are 2 pizzas, one on the left and one on the right. Left is with sausage, that's my favorite one. And we have 4 questions, right? So you look at the 2 pizzas. If you look at the left one, what does 1/4 and 1 extra quarter of pizza make? And you can put it again into the chat. I don't hear anyone, by the way. There's no sound. I see ice sharks saying a quarter and a quarter is 1/2, which is indeed perfect. Let's go to the second one. What does half a pizza and a quarter pizza make? How would you put that into a fraction? We take half a pizza and we add a quarter pizza. How much do we have in total? Voila, ice sharks, doing very well again. What happens if we take 2 half pizzas? That's the third question. Indeed, it is a full pizza. And then the last question that we see here is, what do 3 slices of 1 to 6 make? Very good, Sean. It is indeed, again, half a pizza. Okay? So this is all a summary of what you've seen in the previous years. Now let's do it a bit more math. So if we have a fraction, you have 2 parts. You have the top part and the bottom part. And they have specific names. Okay? The top part we call the numerator. The numerator. And the bottom part we call the denominator. Okay? So numerator and denominator, top and bottom. What is specific about A and B? A and B are both part of whole numbers, right? And you saw that W a few lessons before. So those are the whole numbers. And we can never divide a fraction by 0. So B can never be 0. Okay? And there's different ways into writing down fractions. And we always want to find the simplest form. And the simplest form you have when both the top and the bottom number can't be divided by another number anymore except for 1. And we will do some exercises on that later. But the simplest form is what we as mathematicians prefer. So we always try to find that. Okay? Now let's go and see what kind of different fractions there are. The first one we call a proper fraction. And when you look at the circle, you see that it is nicely divided into 4 pieces. Can someone tell me and put in the chat what the fraction is of this circle? What is shaded and what is not? How would you put it? Voila, 3 to 4, very good. And so when the numerator, the top, is less than the denominator, which here is the 4, we call it a proper function. So the top is smaller than the bottom. And then in total, it's less than a whole, right? We don't have a full circle, we only have 3/4. An improper fraction is different. When you look here at the different quarters, again, we have different circles divided in 4 quarters. How many quarters do we have in total? Write me the fraction. How many quarters do we have? Yes, we have in total 13 to 4. That is correct. And this is what we call an improper fraction. So in this case, the numerator is greater than the denominator. The top is bigger than the bottom. Right? Okay. Now let's do something a bit more interesting and a bit more complicated. We're going to talk about mixed numbers. What we see here are 4 circles divided into 4. And we see, we said it before, it's a fraction of 13 to 4. But in fact, if you look at these circles well, we actually have 3 full circles, and the 4th one is a quarter, right? So what we can do is write it down as a mixed number. And we say it's 3 and 1/4. We have 3 full circles and 1/4 circle. Everyone understands? Let's look at the next one. We have 3 triangles divided into 4 pieces. Can someone tell me how you would write that down as a fraction? Yes, yes, the first one is correct. It's 13 to 4. And then, well, the next one is correct as well. And then if we make it a mixed number, we can say we have 2 full triangles and we still have 1/4 of the 3rd triangle. So the total is 2 and 1/4. And let's make the last one. First, give me the improper fraction and then tell me how to write it down as a mixed number. So count very well. I see ice sharks writing down 4 to 3, but that is not correct. How many red or shaded parts do we see in the first one? And how many in the second one? It's thirds we're talking here. Eh? Yeah. Yes, it's 5 to 3. And here again, if we look at it closely, we can see that in fact we have 1 full image and then 2/3 for the second one. And so we arrive at 1 and 2/3. Hi, Blair and Baker. Nice to see you. Can you hear me well? Do this. If everyone can hear me. Ah, perfect. Okay, thank you, Talia. I'll lean on you. Huh? So, now, we have this improper fraction. We have this, I'm gonna ask ice sharks to mute again. Okay, perfect. Ice sharks. Can everyone mute again? Voilà, I see more people coming. I love it. Okay, very good. Now what we can do, and this is an interesting part, so pay attention. A mixed number is this like whole number followed by an improper fraction, but we can also convert it back into an improper fraction. And for this, we will use kind of a formula. And what does this formula say? If we want to put a mixed number back into an improper fraction, what we do is first we are going to convert the whole number back into a fraction. And how do we do that? We take the 3, which is the whole number. We multiply it again by the number of pieces there are in our circle, which is 4. So that we arrive at 12. And in fact, indeed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are in fact 12 to 4 parts. And then we add the 1 of the 1 fraction that was left. So if we want to put 3 and 3 1/4 back into its original form of 13 to 4, We take the 3 whole numbers, we multiply it by 4, and we add the last one, 1, and we put it back into the fraction. Does everyone follow this? I'll put in a second example. How would we put these triangles back into an improper fraction? We have 2 wholes and 1/4. We multiply the 2 with the 4 pieces that are in each triangle. That becomes 8. We add the 1 that was remaining, and we divide it again by 4. So 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9, and we have back our original improper fraction. The last one, we had 1 whole and 2/3. We take the 1, we multiply it again with the 3. That's 3 to 3, which is 1, right? So we have the 1 times 3 plus 2 is 5. And in this way, we arrive back at the improper fraction. And I see someone is very happy. Ice Shark, what are you celebrating? That you understand it, I hope. We'll see it in the exercises just now. Okay. Let me, voila. Okay. Then the last one I wanted to talk to you about is equivalent fractions. That's the third type of fractions. If I were to ask you, which is the biggest amount of pizza if you were to eat it, if you take 1 part from the pizza on the left, or you were to take 2 parts of the pizza on the right, in fact, it's the same amount, right? So either you take 2 smaller pieces of the pizza to the right and you have 1/4 in total, or you take a bigger piece of pizza in the pizza on the left. And what we want to say about that is that 2 out of 8 pieces is in fact the same as 1 out of 4 pieces. It is the same amount. It's just written in a different way. And that is something we will make some exercises on. You will see that the 1 out of 4 is written in its simplest form, and 2 out of 8 is not yet in the simplest form, because you can divide the top and the bottom by 2, and then you arrive at the simplest form. Okay? So in an equivalent fraction, both the numerator and the denominator are multiplied or divided by the same number, and so different fractions mean the same. Now let's dive a little bit more into how to reduce fractions into their simplest form. We have the first fraction, which is 5 divided by 10, 5 to 10. How can we write this into the simplest form? By what number can we divide both the numerator and the denominator to arrive at a fraction with smaller numbers, but which is in fact the same? Can someone write that in the chat? What number do you see you can both divide the top and the bottom with? By 5, indeed. So we divide the top with 5 and the bottom with 5, and we arrive at the fraction in the simplest form, 1 to 2. Okay, let's do the same with 6 to 8. Tell me what the simplest form of 6 to 8 is. I see new names. Let's say Sophia. Can you write it down for me in the chat? Indeed, we are dividing by 2 and we arrive at 3 to 4. Very good. Let's take the next one, 12 to 6. Here there are different options. You can divide by different numbers, but let's try to find the number so that immediately we're finished and we have the smallest one. We divide by 6. Very good, ice sharks. What we are in fact doing here is trying to find the greatest common divisor. You could have divided by 2, you could have divided by 3, but it's best to divide by 6, right? Then you arrive at the smallest in a quicker way. And let's finish with the last one, 12 to 9. With what will we divide? Stay with me, Talia, stay with me. And indeed by 3. Very good. And just for your info, of course, the 4 to 3, we can still write it as 1 and 1/3, right? That's the mixed number part. Let's make some exercises, okay? Okay, let's start with the first exercise, and I'm going to check, I see Megan, or Megan, I don't know how to pronounce it right. Megan, can you do the first exercise for me? We have a car park that contains 20 spaces. There are 17 cars parked in the car park. What fraction of the park is full? Can Megan write that down for me? I know, iSharks, I know you already know the answer. You're very smart, but I'm gonna ask Megan to do it.
Why would I call myself mechanized stupid?
Oh, and there are others who are ready as well, but I'm gonna wait for Megan. I'm gonna wait for Megan. Or somebody can go and help Megan if she doesn't know how to do it. Okay, I'm gonna ask for help to Talita. Talita, can you tell me? You can unmute if you want and give me the answer, or you can write it down in the chat. Doesn't matter. I saw an answer 70 to 20, which is of course perfectly all right. Let's take the second one. What fraction of the car park is empty? iSharks, I'm sure you know the answer. You can say it out loud if you want, if you unmute.
17.
Say again. So question B, what fraction of the car park is empty? What is the fraction of that? Talita or iSharks?
3 out of 20. 3 out of 20.
Teacher answered B.
Yes, the B. You can put it 3 to 20. Thank you so much. Okay, then the second question. Benjamin eats 10 of the sweets in a packet, and Shakur eats another 4/10 of the sweets. What fraction of the sweets has been eaten? You can also annotate, of course, if you want that.
7 out of 20.
Yes, that is very good. And what fraction of the sweets, as a result, is still left?
I'm unmuted.
You can say it out loud, no problem. How many? What is a fraction of the sweets that is left?
Three out of 20.
Yes, very good. Thank you so much. And then we have the third exercise, and now we can annotate all. So I would like you to shade 3 out of 8 out of the shape and start on the bottom left and then go this direction, you know, from the left to the right so that everybody draws the same. So you can annotate, shade for me 3/8 of the shape. And you can do it. Eh? Everyone can start drawing on the picture here. Draw me 3/8 on this cube. And keep in mind how many cubes are there in here and how many do I need to draw? 3 out of 8 I need. Is the annotating working? Because I don't see anything. You know how to annotate, right?
Oh, you guys.
We are not finished yet. Very good, Talita. Almost there. Yes. Oh. Oh. I see that there is one bit too far. I'm gonna, voila, very good. This is indeed 3 out of 8 because there are 16 cubes. So in total, we in fact need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces that should be filled. Now let's add 2 more. I'm gonna also draw a bit. So I'm doing the purple one to make sure what is the correct. So this was the first one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And now I want 2 8s added.
It's time for lunch.
So we have 3 out of 8 that was filled. And now I would like to add 2 out of 8 additionally, extra. Who can do that? You can annotate, huh? So these are the 6 boxes. How many boxes now need to be filled extra to have 2 out of 8 additionally? You can write it down in the chat as well if it's too difficult to annotate. Cato, Stephen, do you have the answer? What else do we still need to annotate? You can do it, huh? I don't know exactly because I don't have any noise. I will assist. So this is 1 out of 8 extra, and this is again 1 of 8 extra. So now we have a full of how many boxes filled and put it into a fraction with a denominator 8. How much do we have in total now? That's question 3.3. What is the total fraction now shaded? You can put it in the chat. Indeed, 5 out of 8. And how much is unshaded? That's not that difficult now. You can put it in the chat as well. Indeed, it is simplified because you could also put it as 10 to 16, but that is not what we're working with. We're working with fractions with the denominator 8, and indeed 3 out of 8 is left. This is 3 out of 8, and which is in fact the same as 6 out of 16. Very good. It is time to practice. It's very difficult for me to see into the class and to know if everyone is following. I don't have any noise either, but let's do a test. I'm gonna open a Quizlet. Okay. You should be able to see this now. You can use the QR code or go there. Normally you're used to work with this. So we're gonna end with a quiz. And I will wait for everyone to join. I hope everyone is trying to enter the quizzes. Aha. Talita, again. You're quick, very good. Already see 4 people. 5. I only see 6. I'm sure there are more people who are still trying to log in. I don't see Megan. I don't see Sophia. I don't see your mom. I saw that name. Kaziba, maybe you can give me a sign when everyone is logged in because I can't see how many people should be there.
Okay. Okay, I think Johan, we are
Yeah.
good to start.
We can
We are
start?
good to start. Yes, we
Okay.
can.
Okay. Let's start. 20 questions. I can see that 6 people have already finished the whole test, but we're gonna wait for the rest to finish. Take your time, we still have plenty of minutes.
Okay. Johan?
Yeah. Did everyone
Yes, I
stop?
think, yes, you can stop and we make a conclusion.
And we make a?
We conclude the lesson.
Yeah, indeed we can. I'm going to end with showing the screen. I hope everyone can see this. We have two, let me see. There are many people, 4M, Michelle, Dasha, and Sophia Nava, who have all the answers correctly. So congratulations, you did very well. iSharks, you had one mistake. That's unfortunate because you worked very well in the class. We have an accuracy of 82%, so I think that is okay. I'm gonna ask you, Kaziba, do you want me to go into some of the results, or shall we conclude the lesson here?
Yes, just show them the results, how they have scored.
How they scored. Okay, can you see the screen now with the scores? Because I'm sharing my screen, I'm wondering if you can see this. I don't know if you're able to see my screen at this moment.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. You did a very good job, Ola. Almost all the results were correct. I see a few can still use some additional exercises, maybe, but in general, I think that the scores on the test were very good. This means that you are all very bright, or I gave you a lesson that was too simple for you. I don't know, but in any case, I'm very happy with these results. I enjoyed giving this lesson. It was difficult to see what happened in the class itself, but I hope everyone enjoyed this and found it interesting. And then, of course, in the next lessons with Mr. Gaziba, you will start learning how to multiply and how to add different fractions. It will become even more fun. So thank you, everyone. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it as well. iSharks raised hands. You want to say something to conclude, iShark?
Thank you, teacher, for sparing the time to come and teach us. Guys, relax. I'm thinking here, okay? Calm down, calm down. Teacher, excuse them. Thank you, teacher, for coming and teaching us. Really appreciate, and we hope to see you again in the future.
Johan, have you been able to hear what they have said?
I could hear iShark thanking me, and I appreciate that, but that's all I heard. Yeah.
Okay. So he was thanking you for the lesson.
Say again?
Okay. He was thanking you for the lesson.
Yes, I heard. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. I
Okay, you
enjoyed
can.
it. I hope you did as well. If you have any more
Okay.
questions or any more remarks or tips, if you still are in the class, you can share it with me. Yeah, it was my first real lesson in Uganda.
Show you the class.
Ah, yes. There they are. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Those are the ones. Okay.
Enjoyed it.
Okay. Yes. So Johan.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to end it at this point. Then we shall plan better. And then we have an engagement after they have left in for their lunch. And then we shall discuss how the lesson has gone.
Very good.
But thank you so much. It was really a very engaging lesson. And thank you for the preparations.
That is with much pleasure. I enjoyed
Okay.
it. Thank you, guys, and have fun. And a good lunch. Let's go eat.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.